All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Weekly Stand Up. It's your weekly podcast with people who like many things in the entertainment world. And we have this podcast to talk about it. So, Pao is doing some, I don't know what kind of interpretive
because
dance.
we do video now, so I'm just
Yes.
saying hi to
Yes.
our listeners and viewers.
Yes. For those who are seeing us or hearing us for the first time, this is,
Oh, am I supposed to say
yeah, I'm
because
keeping that.
your hand is
I was
like
like,
out of frame,
oh,
so I don't know
sorry. I was like,
what your fingers
supposed
are
to be
doing.
like, you can introduce yourself first.
Yeah. So it's your boy Pao.
And
What's
this
up,
is your
everybody?
girl, Mika. And we're continuing on with Pao's lecture from last week. I'm just kidding. So last week we talked about Singles Inferno season 2. And this time around, we're talking about another thing that Pao has been following. This time is a K drama.
So another season 2 of something.
Yes, another season 2 of something. So today we're talking about
Mm.
Alchemy of Souls season 2.
We also actually talked about,
Alchemy of Souls season 1.
if I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, yeah, we did.
Refresh my memory. What is this about?
You basically have a fictional land, and I think it's sort of a parallel to like period
Ah,
Joseon, yeah, Joseon Korea. Like aesthetically, it's like a period drama. It's in a fictional land where like you have these people who are able to control the energy around them,
right. Okay, I remember
all
now.
the sorcerers, and then so you have this character who is like sort of prophesied to
Mm,
become like king and whatnot, but he's not actually the king because for some reason the king and like one of the because the king also has like a sorcerer kind of
uh-huh.
official, and then
Okay.
he and that sorcerer official switch souls.
Ah, right. Okay.
King's actual son
Mm,
isn't technically
mm-hmm.
in the lineage. So from there stems a lot of death and betrayals, and
Okay.
it affects the next generation, which the actual series is about.
Yeah. What
Because of the
was
actions of
the
those two guys,
ah,
and because they switched souls and then one of them
yeah.
had a kid, like everything else in the story follows.
So what
So
was the end of season 1 that led to
so
season 2?
yeah, so the end of season one is so you had Mudok, who is actually revealed to be there's several souls within that one
Okay.
person. So
Yeah.
there's assassin Naksu, whose
Yeah.
family was killed because of that soul switching
Yeah.
thing. You also have Jin Buyeon, who is said to have like very strong sort of powers in terms of like foresight, and
Mm,
she was thought to be killed as a
mm,
child while they were looking for like a really powerful, all powerful stone that would enable anybody to be able to do anything essentially. The assassin plus the priestess, shall we
mm.
say, the priestess and the assassin inhabited the same body. So it was revealed to be that was actually what was happening all along. In the end, I think the bad guy was sort of plotting to find a way to get the stone for himself.
Mm.
So we call it the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah, I was gonna say it feels like some Harry Potter.
Yeah, so
Uh,
it's called the Sorcerer's Stone. So in order to, because the plan of the bad guy sort of failed along the way towards the end of the season,
mm,
and then I think like as a last ditch effort to just sort of mess things up and bring chaos, he actually unlocked the full assassin skill set of
wow, the
Mudok.
full assassin's skin. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
I understand. I
the,
understand.
the assassin was in the body, but then she knew she was there in the body, but then she
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
the full
Understand.
capacity.
Understand.
So eventually, like she was able to have all her skills, and then through some potion or whatnot, the bad guy was able to control her, and then she ended up killing, yes, a few people, including her lover, like the guy, the main character guy,
Okay.
who is actually the prophesied king.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and then in the end, like the king's son was revived when the stone went into him. So the stone that everybody was after all along, like
Yeah.
eventually became part of him, and then he was revived. So he became like a all powerful kind of
Oh my
sorcerer now.
God.
Whereas the girl, like the assassin slash priestess,
Yeah.
she was eventually killed
Oh
as
my
well
God.
because her body couldn't take the like the soul switching when the full assassin skill set was unleashed. And then
This
so
is
she
such a long-winded plot.
yeah, it's actually very complicated. I'm trying very hard to
Yeah, yeah, I can see.
to tie it.
Mad props to you for trying to explain.
And so her body was thrown into the sea. And then coming into season two, so the actress who played Mudok was, like that dual
Mm.
spirit is played by a different actress now in season two.
I
And they sort of
remember that you
explain it.
said that this would happen.
Yeah. The way that they explain it is because like a different instead of it being the priestess assassin spirit, it now became the assassin body and the priestess spirit. So now it's switched because like
Oh,
the the mother of the priestess
yeah.
was begging for her daughter's life to be saved. She also
Interesting.
died like she also quote unquote died with the assassin. Yeah, so she
Wow.
was like resurrected, and then
Yeah.
now you have like the assassin body, but then the priestess
Yeah.
skill. So
Assassin body with priestess skill. Got it.
which is
Oh,
opposite from
yeah,
what.
yeah, yeah.
So now you have this all-powerful
Wow.
guy who has the memory of being killed by his own lover,
Yeah.
and this priestess who doesn't recall being an assassin, uh,
Oh,
and then they meet for some magic, which is explained at the end
okay.
how they met. But by fate, for now they met, and then yeah, that this second season is more about that relationship and trying to resolve
Mm,
that grief, I guess,
yeah.
that
It's
trauma.
done already, right?
Yeah, it's done already. It's shorter than the first season,
Ah,
but each episode is a little bit longer. So I feel like it's like a
ah,
12, like it's only 10 episodes, but then it feels like a 12 episode thing.
ah.
Whereas the first
Okay.
season is like 20 episodes. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty much like an epic series almost already if you
Yeah,
combine
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It spans a few years. Eventually, I think at the end, like everything gets resolved. I won't
Mm.
spoil anything, but yeah, everything gets resolved.
So it's
Uh,
over, like no more season three.
I haven't read anything about a season three, but
Mm.
I don't think there will be because I think
Mm.
everything that needs to happen has happened
Oh, okay, okay.
unless they, do some kind of spin-off or whatnot.
Yeah.
All the same actors except for the priestess
The
assassin
assassin priest.
come
Yeah.
back. Everybody who still lives comes back.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I know. Like, there was this girl on my stan Twitter who's like talking about it, and she seemed very emotional. I was like, okay, I
yeah, it
don't know why,
is
but okay.
okay. So now that you mentioned the emotional part, I think
Yeah.
we can now react to one of the
Okay.
OSTs.
Okay. Okay.
Because
That's a good idea.
this one was sung by Hwang Hyun, who's
Mm.
actually like he's from a boy band before.
Mm.
And
What
I think he
group is he from?
joined, forgot the name of his boy group, but it's like one of those
Okay.
second gen boy groups. And
Okay.
then he joined Hybe
Oh.
as an actor
Oh.
slash. He also sings OSTs and whatnot, I think.
Oh.
So including
Okay.
this OST, which is actually a part two of. So in season one, he also
Yeah.
sang the same title OST, and
Yeah.
then now there's a continuation of part two, which we'll react to.
Okay.
And I chose
Let's
this one to
go.
react to because it also plays out some of the scenes in the show for those who aren't
Cool.
familiar. And I'll just give some context afterwards.
Okay.
Let's
Let's
just
let's
enjoy the song,
watch.
I guess, first.
따스했던 봄날 나의 마음에 아주 조심스레 내려앉던 그대 하루 종일 그저 머물러 있다가 함께
Was
불렀던
that corn?
노래를
Sorry,
기억할까.
sorry.
Mika finds the weirdest detail.
시름 깊은 겨울 행여 홀로 외로운 길을 떠날까 이렇게 말없이
What?
당신의 발자국을 따라 한 발 내딛고 멈춰서줘. 거센 바람 속 그대 어디에 피어나도 흔들리지
Don't worry, Mika, I'll provide some context.
Okay, okay.
This face is like very confused.
Sorry.
바라만 보던 바보처럼 내게 줄 것 없는
Actions here actually appeared in one of the dramas.
내 마음 이렇게 가엾은 너를 끌어안고 울음의 끝에 널 마주한 나의 진심 거센 바람 속 그대 어디에 피어나도 흔들리지 않는 나무가 되어 서 있을게 다른 세상에서
Oh my god.
그때 스쳐가듯 그냥 지나가요 빛나는 봄을 살아가요 그대 간 길을 바라본다
For that scene.
Ah. Ah. Wait.
Okay, I feel like I have a lot to explain now.
Yeah. Okay. Huh? Explain everything. I didn't. What? I was so confused.
Yeah, can you like reshare the screen so that for our
Okay,
viewers
okay, okay. Show and tell, show and tell.
But
There.
yeah, so the guy is one of the better sorcerers in the kingdom,
Okay.
right? And then when he was a kid,
Yeah.
he encountered the assassin
Okay.
when she was young also. So that was the younger girl that you were seeing in the video.
The
You
first.
remember there's a girl that like she transformed into a different girl, right? At some point.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the younger assassin when she was still young, when she was still training and whatnot. So he encountered her when he was young also.
Mm,
So when she became like the priestess thing,
mm,
and he realized, oh, she's the same person.
mm.
And then throughout season one, essentially saw her just basically fall in love with the other
Okay.
guys. So hence this has a part one, right? So
Mm.
already from part one from season one, he was already playing there's a term for that in K-dramas, right? The third wheel who
Mm, mm-hmm.
basically the third wheel. So so he also saw how like she essentially died at the end of season one, right?
Mm.
Like she killed her, so he knows all the pain that she went through. And then season two, he's the first character across the whole kingdom who realizes that she's still the priestess
That's her.
that's her, that is her. Because initially when she comes back as the priestess, nobody really like notices
Mm,
or questions or thinks that she's also the assassin.
mm.
But he's the first one who realizes that she also still has the assassin soul. And then yeah, it's because of him actually. Like he actually plays a significant role in season two because he's through his actions eventually like the main lead also figures things out, and
Ah,
then things become tense between like the king's men, shall we say, and the
yeah.
sorcerers. And there's like some battles that actually happen in season two because of that.
Oh my God.
So he's actually a quite a pivotal character
Yeah.
than most other third wheels.
Yeah.
So he's a third wheel who does a lot.
It's like the second
Uh,
lead, not the third wheel.
second
Second
lead,
lead.
second lead. Yeah. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. So this scene actually I think does not actually happen. It's more of a vision of his.
Ah,
So something that it's sort of like a rule, like they have to kill all those who switch souls, right? Because it's sort of
yeah.
seen as not just illegal, but
Yeah.
it's against nature.
Yeah.
So he realizes he has to he has to kill her. And also the main lead, he also realizes that he has to kill her eventually.
Oh,
Unless the other soul dies. Like it's either one of the two souls dies or he has to kill her. So yeah. So
wow.
you have that conflict.
Wow.
Yeah. And the
Wow.
girl, actually, the actress, she was in He Is Psychometric.
Really?
Yeah. So if you she was the character with a kid. Yeah.
Oh my
This
God.
I her first role, actually, that He Is Psychometric.
Whoa.
And then she went into law school, the law school series.
I thought you were like, she went to law school, like law school.
The law school series, and then
Wait, you're right. No wonder she was. Okay. Anyway.
yeah, she was really popular from because this particular actress had a scene in season one, like she had a
Eh,
start, and then she became really popular because of that, and then I think
yeah.
they brought her back for season two.
Yeah. Wait, you're right. That's her. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so I think,
Yes.
like, moving on to other, because I think, like, the OSTs for this drama are particularly good.
Yeah,
So other OST that I really like is obviously from one of the masters of OSTs. And this
correct.
one, I think it's very rare that you actually see
Alive.
artists do live OSTs.
Correct.
Unless it's like a becomes a super famous one,
Yeah.
like most of Ailey's are. So I think this one she played in her 10th. So the title here is 10th anniversary concert in
Ooh,
Incheon. And this is not
okay.
just a live, but Mubanju, which is no instrumental. So she
Oh,
sings it, so which makes it even more
yo. Okay, we like
special.
those things.
Yes. So
Yeah,
there's no
okay.
backing track, there's nothing, it's just her voice.
Let's go.
And after we react to this, we can also, I think, play the ending song, which is actually the
Yeah.
same song.
All right.
Which, yeah,
Okay.
so this one is I'm Sorry from Ailee. Also a pretty sad song, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's still pretty good too.
아이패드로 노래 제목들을 이렇게 벌써 띄워주고 계시는데 I'm sorry요? 뭐가 죄송하시다는 거죠?
What are you
I'm
sorry
sorry.
for?
I'm sorry는 최근에 1월 1일 날 공개됐었던 드라마 환원의 OST
Came out January 1.
가장 최근에 녹음했던 곡이죠.
The latest song that she
이거 기억 못하면 진짜 큰일 나.
Nice. I love the on the fly translation.
and it's unforgettable for her.
Okay.
기억을 꺼내다 항상 그 길 끝엔 어딘가 다 있죠. 마주한 공기가 낯설지 않은 익숙한 밤 알 수 없어. 눈을 감아도 떠오르는 그댈 보면 그 안에 비춰진 나를 또 봐요. 저 잃어버린 시간으로 다 잊혀진 듯한 말해도 I'm sorry, I'm sorry 이 모르겠다 그댈 바람에 실린 연기같이 자연스레 맴돌고 있죠. I'm sorry, I'm sorry 그댈 향해 맘이 가죠.
Wow, the reverb though.
아주 따끈따끈한 1월 1일에 공개된 드라마 환원 OST I'm Sorry by Ailee 입니다. 많이 많이 사랑해주세요.
Wow.
I think, like, that performance, I was really lucky to find out. It's like
Mm,
really lucky to be able to share that with you guys.
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Very rare, and I think the context, because that song is pretty meaningful, because the lyrics go something like, even if, like, I forget all these things,
Mm,
like in the past that happened in the past, or things that were said, etc., etc. Like, I'm sorry, even if I don't know the reason, which ties in with the plot, right? Which is
yeah.
that the priestess forgets what she did when she killed her lover, right? But she's still like, yeah. But then you see at the end of season 2 when she realizes that she did all those things, yeah, just because like a mental breakdown,
meltdown. Yeah.
meltdown of sorts. Yeah,
Oh
so
man.
yeah, pretty
Wow.
meaningful song also, and we're
Yeah.
gonna play you the full,
Yes.
or rather the actual track
Yeah.
as a ending song for this episode, and
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully you guys can check the series out, especially if you watch season 1, and we'll come back with more, K dramas in future
K-drama.
episodes.
Yes. Care of
Uh,
Pao, Care of Pao. Just putting it out there. He's the
and who knows, maybe
muncher.
we've done a few like Chinese dramas and series in the past. We'll see.
Bless my eyes and attention span. Pao will take the wheel. In the
All right.
meantime,
Until
here
then,
is I'm Sorry by
bye.
Ailee. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
이유 모르게 더 그댈 바람에 실린 연기가 싫어